go back and course correct right there.
Okay.
Because we will be receiving a 25% discount off of the hourly rate of whatever the in-house law firm rate is. So not that they'll only pay 25% of the $2,000, but they'll get a 25% discount off the $2,000. Okay.
Well,
there we go.
I'm just saying it makes
Discount.
sense to me.
Yeah.
Nice little discounts. Y'all know I love a good old sale.
Come on now.
Even though I don't plan on having to use this service, prayerfully not, but it's just good to know. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you are not already following my Facebook page, please do. It is MSNAUDDY, Miss Naughty Merriweather, Meeting in the Ladies Room Radio, because I am going to post an important link for you to be able to get more information. I am also going to be hosting what these ladies like to call a PBR.
Come on now.
It is a private business reception.
Absolutely.
I am going to host one, and I am going to invite people. So if you are interested, I need you to comment on this live interested so we can get you more details and information about this PBR so you can come out, you can meet these lovely bosses, get more information, and hopefully be able to protect yourselves and your family. So once again, let's shout out this week's sponsors: Truth Tattoos, a new physique body contouring studio, Candy Brew. Shout out to my Whole Power 106 team. Tomorrow I am participating in a mediathon. Y'all know y'all gotta pray about this because I'm gonna have to watch my mouth again.
Are you going over the New Legacy?
Yes, New Legacy. We're hosting the 8 to 9 o'clock slot. I've been praying about this mouth thing. I was like, y'all know what? I don't need to be on the radio now. I don't need to. Everybody else can do it. Y'all got this. Go Power 106. Go Team Power 106. But they're like, no, you got to do it. And I'm like, ooh, I got to watch what I say now.
Right.
Oh, Lord.
But you know what? You just brought up a great point, too.
Yay.
Because your integrity is everything, right?
Absolutely.
How you represent yourself is everything, right? In the social media. We are a social media driven society now.
Absolutely.
So one of the things that I think that we take for granted and don't realize is that because we are social media driven, everybody can be affected as far as being victim to slander, right? And misrepresentation. And so if you are, starting to brand yourself, if you are starting to build your business, if you rely on social media as being your major platform and your voice, glad that you said that, then you need to have the protection in place to be able to help you if for some reason somebody decides to
defame your character. I'm going to say it loud and powerful. Drag your name through the mud.
Exactly. All the above. And so that too is something that you can receive coverage for. I talked about 6 different areas of law. So entertainment being one as well.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So basically, if you have a business, if you have a brand, if you have products, if you have anything, there
You're dealing
is
with the public. If you're touching anyone, if you're watching some folks' kids, I mean, you can go on and on. Especially
if you're driving,
Ubers, Lyft drivers.
You need this service, people. I'm just going to say I've already suggested to all of my clients that they need said services, which leads me into there is a service for business owners.
Yes.
Business owners, you can protect not only you and your family, but your business too. So I'm going to let one of you ladies take that.
Serial entrepreneur, you want to take that one?
Okay, so business-wise, I have a framing company. I also have a record label. So I'm going to touch on the contracting side as well as on the entertainment side. So contracting-wise, it was key to have that coverage there because not only are we building someone's, whether it's your first home, forever home, whatever that is, this is something that somebody's going to live in for many, many years and raise their families in. So it's key to have full protection for those sorts of things and anything that may come up after that. We also, with our contractors, we have work vans. So it was key to have them to have not only the coverage that I provide, but coverage for the driver as well. And so for anyone who has business where you have drivers that are driving your vehicles that may be CDL covered or uncovered, so Uber drivers, Lyft drivers, whoever, there is a coverage that helps and covers you as well, because I don't know if you know all the laws that come about you having someone else's life in your hands.
What about those church drivers, the church van
drivers and all that? And I'm gonna tell you, whether you worship and you know the Lord all in the same facility, if that van has an accident, I can guarantee you that Jesus is not going to be the first person that some of those people call. So you may want to have that coverage.
The shade tree just got thrown, y'all. I was waiting. I didn't see, and it wasn't me. I wasn't the first one to throw the shade tree today, y'all. I'm proud of me. Look at Jesus, y'all.
I'm just saying, this is reality.
It is.
It's reality, because you know, if Grandma got a broken hip on the church van, y'all not worried about them church folks anymore, because you said Deacon was driving a Cadillac and Granny need a hip. So saying all that to say, everyone needs this coverage. On the entertainment side, I would just tell you that we have spent a ton of money on the legal issues there. And this is not even issues that have come about, but to protect yourself before they come about. Going through contracts and just a ton of stuff. This is where a majority of those legal fees that I was explaining about before was actually coming from. And so I can tell you for a fact, if you are in the entertainment side of anything, those lawyers cost me anywhere from $250 on up. And I actually had two different entertainment lawyers. So one was charging us $250 an hour, the other one was charging us $375 an hour. And so those numbers racked up really quick, and I started trying to figure out, well, how do I cut this conversation short? How do I get into it? And what you don't understand is that it's not even always the phone calls that they're charging you on, but even when you're emailing back and forth, this is the time that you're still taking out of their day, so you're still on billable hours at that point. And so I know for a fact that I wasn't sitting there with my time clock going to make sure that this was even a full 60 minutes. But on my bill, it said it was 60 minutes long. I felt like the conversation may have been 32 minutes, But, again, you just want to be able to have yourself covered. And don't get me wrong, those lawyers that I had previously, I didn't actually fire them. I still have them on my roster. However, for some of those smaller things, I'm not calling them. The things that they've been handling, that they already familiar with it, they're doing that. But on other things and new situations that come about, I'm definitely using my Legal Shield services because, again, like I said, it's saving me a ton of money. So I'm gonna pause there.
Well, all I'm gonna say is Power 106 is officially a member and protected by Legal Shield, because what y'all not gonna do, y'all not gonna. That's all I'm gonna say. Y'all not going to. So yes, Power 106, our team is protected because we are making more moves. We are growing exponentially. In less than a year, we have made a lot of moves. So shout outs to our owner, Wilson, DJ Cizo.
Shout out, Wilson.
Shout outs to our whole team. We've got lots of new staff coming on, lots of new shows. So we definitely want to make sure that we are all protected, which is like a good point to what you said as far as in the entertainment industry. A lot of people don't read contracts. And I'm going to speak on that from the aspect of Meeting in the Ladies' Rooms Fantasy and Pepper Party series. I have a lot of entertainers who I send a contract to that don't even read it. And then comes show week and they're like, well, I thought, did you read the contract, sir? The contract said. So I think that's a problem in today's society. People don't like to read. I don't know why. Because you went to school and they made you read. Like, that was a requirement.
It was a requirement.
So everybody pretty much should know. 90% of everybody should know.
One of the best benefits, Nadia, that I love about our Legal Shield app is that you literally have access to thousands of different forms that you would be able to create on your business's behalf. Say you're just a babysitter, but you wanted a contract between you and the owners, the parents of the families, that you're working for. So you have a simple contract like that. But say you're also, you sent out a contract, or you desire to send out a contract to, an entertainer. So now you can literally tap your app, go to the forms file, and send out a contract, customize it within how you need the parameter to look for your business or your entity. Send it to the law firm, make sure everything is legit on your end, and then that way you have that contract to be able to send out immediately. My 21, he's 21 now, Jesus. My son Jalen has a photography business, and so he does photographs and tons of camera work for different sororities, for individuals, for high school proms and graduations and things of that nature. But the first thing he does is send them over his contractors. He's not trying to get stiffed because you didn't make enough money at the door for the party, but you hired me, or your mom was gonna pay me and not you, but I met you here in the park at the Cherokee, but you didn't have the money that none of that stuff is happening. So he literally at 21 is empowered, not just on that 24-hour a day emergency aspect of it, but from making better business decisions, and then knowing those are things we didn't get. Our parents love us to pieces, but we missed out on the key components of how we're supposed to run business, which I'm not.
Or protecting ourselves.
Protecting ourselves. Yep. Yeah, and so I think there's also a misunderstanding, like kind of a miscue. Everybody thinks that attorneys are for only bad people.
Oh, I was going to say that. Thank you. Look at you, get God.
And there are so many things that we do day in and day out that are created and designed by attorneys, but that we sign our names to.
Yep.
So when we're talking about adulting our children, I'm talking about making the decision to have that first credit card. Did we, when we were younger,
come on,
ever sit down and really read the entire contract and make sure that it was in our best interest? Even though
I gotta take another drink on that
one,
y'all.
That in so many months you can have deferred interest for I didn't even know what any of that stuff meant.
Not at all.
Always a foreign language.
JCPS.
Or the fact that what is the thumb rule? You only supposed to use like 30% of your credit.
30% of your credit, and that's your credit.
And nobody told you that.
Overall, right? Your credit overall. And then also the misconception with the credit. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna touch this real quick for those young people that are out there. The credit is so important because it's gonna follow you forever. At the same time, right? But the thing is, you have to learn the credit game.
You do,
and so that's just it. When we're talking about 30%, that doesn't mean I'm gonna put 30%. Usage on every last one of my credit cards. It's 30% overall of your total.
And nobody tells us that. Okay, so for the generation that we talking to in my demographic, y'all know who y'all is. Nobody told us none of that. Now we all trying to fix credits and
which is also included in your plan.
Exactly where I was going with that.
Yeah, I was leading. Look, I was leading y'all to it. Look at God, y'all. We work so well together, y'all.
So it's something as simple as a credit card, something as simple as a cell phone contract, something as
simple as that square that you check, not with your signature, but every time you do something within a new app or on your cell phone, you make an agreement. You are in agreement. That is a legal binding contract.
Yes. Right. And so you have access and ability to forward that to your law firm to have them review it on your behalf, because the wealthy do it all day long. Nobody does anything. Nobody makes power moves without making sure that it's reviewed by your attorney and it is in your best interest. So now we are, leveling and equaling the playing field so that everybody can have access to this because it's affordable. And if you know better, you just gotta do better.
Absolutely. So once again, for $24.95 for the individual family plan,
which is talk about what that includes.
Okay.
Right. So for $24.95, up to 10 people, you guys can be covered under this plan. So it's you, your spouse, your domestic partner, your significant other, so long as you reside at the same address. 8 children up to the age of 26 that have never been married, still living at home, or cause we have a lot of millennials, right, that are still doing that, or our full-time college students can be covered in the plan. We have a lot of grandparents raising their grandchildren, aunts and uncles, right? So if you are a guardian, and that is your circumstance, then up to the age of 18, those children are covered under that plan. And then if you are handicapped
yeah,
or physically, mentally disabled, autistic. We know that is another demographic that is rising, and they're in constant need for life, right, to have representation. So you'll also receive that. That's also included in the actual membership as well. So it's not